you can take your cookie dough, because you know this is going to be excess, and just start patching it up as you go, just to get the length, so that it, because like I said, it doesn't matter if it looks like it's been patched, because it just could be some kind of wood patch on the crate. This is a 1,000-year-old crate, so trust me, the wood would not be perfect on it. So just keep rolling it out, hopefully. Now this is a 2-inch piece of birch. I think my husband got at one of the local wood stores, and it's awesome for this because it's really heavy and I can really push on it. And that's another reason why I like these yardsticks, because they're not going anywhere. Sometimes you get those rings and they squish down and kind of cause you all kinds of grief. So I'm all about finding stuff at the hardware store for baking. So, okay, let's see how we're doing here. You can pull your, oh, it looks pretty good. Okay, this is going to take up almost your whole cookie sheet because it's a big piece. And you're going to need 2 of these. You're going to need a front and a back and 2 sides. So you get quite the workout. I like to put my template on there just to kind of see how it's going. Looks like we're good. Now, sometimes when you roll out on parchment, it'll get kind of crumbly underneath, or kind of wavy. The parchment will get stuck in the cookie dough. So you can just turn it over, and if it has done that to you, then just pick up the paper, lay it back down, and roll over it. It's pretty self-healing, so you can do that if you need to. That happens to me more often than not. This is pretty good. It's not happening this time, so that's good. Okay. I think we've got it. Okay, so now you're going to take your handy-dandy template, and if your dough is really sticky and you put this template on there and it doesn't want to come up without pulling away, you can pop it in the refrigerator or in the freezer and let it get cold, and then that template will just peel right off. I actually took a manila folder here and I put contact paper on it so that I could reuse it over and over again, because if you just use the manila or a paper or just cardboard, it gets, with the oil in the cookie dough, it has a tendency to get greasy, and you can only use it one time. So why go to all that trouble to measure and then only have one good use out of it? So I just try to make it so that I can use it again and again. So, alrighty. Pretty easy stuff. Even a child could do it, or me. All right, here we go. So just pull that right off of there. Like I said, you're going to need 2 of these and 2 of the side pieces. So you got 2 sides and 2 and a front and a back. There it goes. Look how pretty that came off of there. Wow. Okay, so now we've got it all spread out and cut nice and pretty. And like I said, you want to get a nice texture on it. So I kind of try to give it a little helping hand. And before I put it in the oven, you put it in the oven, whatever your recipe says. So usually about 10 minutes, maybe a little longer. Leave it in the oven till it's nice and dry. Flip it over if you have to. Just make sure that it's really dry, because it's got to stand up straight. And even if it's not holding anything structurally, it still needs to be able to stand up on its own, while leaning against the other things. But anyways, before I do that, I'm going to take a little paring knife here, and I'm just going to give it some help with the textures. I don't know, that doesn't really look like wood grain, but it's okay, because it will go into the cookie. You won't really see much of it, but just give it a little bit of wood grain and just help it along a little bit, okay? And so then we're going to put it in the oven, and then we'll get it back out, and we'll need to trim it, and then we can start adding our embellishments. So here we go.